Good morning, YouTube. We are still in frigid Colorado. And today we're doing much more exciting stuff. We're going to Walmart. Yeah. I don't know if you caught that F-bomb. Real Babes doesn't like Walmart. We don't cuss on the Swamp Fox Adventure channel. Sometimes it slips out, but we try not to. You liking that warm jacket, huh?
Yep.
And it's cold, and the truck has a muffler or an exhaust leak. I found it because when I started it up this morning, it was so cold I could see the exhaust coming out up ahead in front of the muffler. So I'll probably get some JB Weld like muffler mesh because I don't think it's a bad one, and I think it's a salt corrosion, rust. So I'm gonna try to get that patched up for my pops. Don't worry, baby. It'll start warming up by the time we're halfway down into the valley. Coffee Barn is closed again today, so I grabbed our coffee from the Gopher, which isn't bad coffee at all.
I don't mind gas station coffee.
We are heading down into the Delta Valley. We're not going to be there long. We're just going to Walmart to get a shower head and some other stuff for my father, and y'all can see the valley down below, and then that flat top, I'll blow it up, like Mesa across the way. Now for y'all that don't know, a mesa is just a flat topped mountain, and that big mesa across the way is called the Uncompadre Plateau, like the Uncompadre River, and that is on the other side of the Delta Valley. Coming back to Colorado, especially Cedar Edge, has been kind of bittersweet. I mean, this was always cowboy country, and now it's becoming more and more like artsy hippie country. And the gun laws in Colorado have, well, the Second Amendment rights as throughout the whole nation have been under attack. But in Colorado, that's really gone downhill. And it's been a while since I've been here, so I basically got polished up talking to some people on what the current laws are. And in Puerto Rico, we actually have more liberal gun laws than they do here on the western slope of Colorado, or Colorado as a state as a whole, which I just find so completely weird. You can even say that for the YouTube.
It says it's not the Wild West anymore.
The cowboys, miners, everyone's getting displaced. And there's a lot of people that moved here that, well, there's a lot of people that grew up here, lived here their whole lives. And then there's a lot of people that moved here from states like California to get away from essentially liberal politics. And there's other people that fled California for economic reasons and came here and brought the liberal politics with them. So it's really sort of sad. To the left of me, y'all can sort of see it, is a smaller mesa, and I think that is Redland Mesa, and that is where my brother had his first job. He was a goat milker. There is a dude that had a big herd of goats, dairy goats, up there on top of the mesa, and my brother would have to go up there. The billy goat was outside the pen on a big chain tether, and he'd have to untangle the billy goat while hanging on to one horn, because if you didn't, the billy goat would just smack you like you wouldn't believe, completely knock you on your butt. And then all the other goats, all the nannies, would line up waiting to get fed, because as you're milking them, you put them into like a headstall type thing, like a stock crate, and board comes down on their neck, and they're chill. They don't struggle, they don't fight, because they got grain in front of them, and they get to eat as they get milked. So, and they always lined up. They always had like a particular order. Like every goat knew what position in line they were supposed to be in. I don't know how the goats figured it out, but it was a system that worked for the goats. And cats, oh my goodness. Cats would come out of all over. And there's no house for like at least maybe 3 miles where the goats were penned up. but you would have cats that would come out of everywhere. Then suddenly, as soon as you started milking the goats, cats would hear the commotion, and you'd get about 30 cats that would show up. And I could shoot out of that goat tit milk maybe 20 feet away, and those cats would line up, open their mouth, you could squirt it right in their mouth. It was almost like one of those games with the clown and the balloon on his head, and you squirt the squirt gun in his mouth till the balloon pops. It was sort of like that, like one of those carnival games, but it was the cats and their heads didn't explode, stuff like that. But it was fun. Colorado has medical and recreational dispensaries. My father now refers to the recreational dispensaries as the dope houses. Like they're a trap house or something. It's kind of cute and kind of corny. We are almost into the valley. We're dropping down through this little area. It looks like the Badlands, but everyone here locally just calls them the Adobes. That's where we go shooting and whatnot, target shooting. And we're about to cross over the Gunnison River. And here's a little fun little interesting thing, I guess. There is a roller dam downriver, and about 7-8 years ago they put a fish ladder in, which meant you could now get over the dam in a raft. So here we are in the Gunnison River, and I'll blow it up. I doubt you can see it. There's a big sign that says, "Warning, dangerous waterfall 2 miles ahead." And that's where you always used to have to pull out. But once they put the fish ladder in, Real Babes and I took a bunch of like screenshots on Google Earth, and we were like, you know what? Let's run the river from Chucker Canyon, which is way upstream, all the way down to Escalante Canyon, which is way down in the desert by Grand Junction. And we did it. And for navigational aids, we used an iPad with screenshots of Google Earth. We got down there, and of course we had to get picked up, so you know, with a trailer for the raft, and we camped out under a bridge, some little road, I think it's Escalante Canyon Road, on the riverbank. And the next day I heard a car, so I climbed out from under the bridge, and I thought it was our buddy that was coming to pick us up, but it was some younger fellas with a canoe that work for the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, as river rangers. They patrol sections of river like tandem leapfrog style. One guy will drop a canoe and the guy off, and then he'll drive down, park the car, get in another canoe and go further downstream. When the guy in the river that got dropped off first makes his way down there, he loads his canoe up, finds the keys, drives down to where the next guy's gonna get out, puts his canoe in, hides the keys, and the guy, and then that's just what they do, keep leapfrogging. But he asked us where we had, you know, came down from. We told him, and we were the first people to run the Gunnison River from, not even Chucker Canyon, I guess it was the North Fork or the West Fork of the Uncompadre River, all the way down to Escalante Canyon. We were the first people to do it. And we didn't know until we had finished it. And here we are in the Delta Valley, y'all. We just passed the Red Shed, which is a little like farm produce stand. They sell pies and whatnot. The last gun I bought in Colorado was a private party sale, which is now illegal. It is private party gun sales are outlawed in Colorado, which sucks because there's a lot of really, really cool guns out here, antique guns, that are so well preserved because the climate is so dry. But the last gun I bought a Ruger Blackhawk single action 357 from a cowboy there at the Red Shed. And that is what Real Babes and I basically call the river gun. And that's what we use when we drift the river in case we run into, I don't know, bears or anything. It's always nice to have a little bit of protection with you.
We had a bear visit us on that trip down the canyon, didn't we?
Well, there was footprints when we showed up. And then I thought we had a bear get some of the leftover food that night or something.
We had disposed of the food well or whatever, but it was clear that he had been at our campsite looking for it.
Oh, let me make sure I got the keys. I do. Here we are at your favorite place in the whole wide world.
I told him.
Any luck?
Crutches, no canes.
Oh, we're looking for a cane. Delta is full of murals, and we're on Main Street right now. We're looking for a cane, so we're hitting up some thrift stores. Looks like happy hunting areas for canes. Tops are round like you want, but they're short. No luck on the canes, but I think we have enough time to check 1 or 2 more stores. Are you thinking about a hat?
I was just trying it on.
Let me see it. Yeah.
Well, that one's too small, and I was trying it on because it's $13.
There's that big felt one on the other side, the dark one.
Oh yeah, this one.
That's palm.
It better be special for that much money. It looks.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it feels like plastic. And oh, this is definitely not me, but I'll turn it off.
No, that's Carolyn hat.
Yeah, this is so big.
One more stop on Main Street.
So they got one there. You have the keys to the shed.
Okay.
For a tall person.
I think this will do the trick.
I think so. I think I like that one.
Taller. It's not as tall as we need, but it's definitely, it'll do better than what he has. We are now going to the 4th or 5th thrift store. You know which one?
Yeah. It's the retirement center.
No, is it the 4th or the 5th?
It's about the 4th or 5th.
Store that we've been to.
I lost count.
Check this out, y'all. You're wondering why Colorado's gun laws are so screwed up now. There you go. Racist Nazi cesspool, Biden-Harris. Yep. That is where a woke individual lives. Here we are at what I'm pretty sure is the 5th thrift store.
Not one that your dad's gonna like. That's good. Your dad's not gonna like that one either.
We scored a cane. I scored a pair of pants. They're shorter than I usually like, but they'll work perfect with rubber boots, and I couldn't pass them up for $1. Plus they were that OD green, like olive drab, which I love. Even the old lady checking me out said, oh, now you have the complete outfit. I guess making note on my green hoodie. So yeah, I'm pleased with that $1 purchase. And out the window to the left, you will see the large movie screen for the True View Drive-In, which is the Delta Drive-In Theater. So last time we were there, we saw a double feature, and I think that was about 5, maybe 7 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say 7. Sounds about right.
Okay, we're fueled up, and we are about to start driving up Highway 65, heading back up on top of the, not on top, but heading up the Grand Mesa, up to Cedar Edge. And I just realized there's a cassette in my father's stereo. And I'm sort of curious as to what he's been listening to. Apparently, it is some good old-fashioned George Jones. Let me see if I can get it to play. And there's the Gunnison again. There is High Q, the dispensary, and we are back in Cedar Edge. Cedar Edge is a really small town, and they were really divided on the dispensary. Now, recreational marijuana is legal, medicinal marijuana is legal within Colorado, but each town votes on it as to whether or not recreational dispensaries are allowed. A lot of the towns, it's medical only, and Cedar Edge, who, like I said, was really divided on the issue, now has a recreational dispensary. So, like I've mentioned, you know, Colorado is changing, especially, well, Denver's been changed for a long time. Everything pretty much Boulder area, the other side of the mountains. But the changes are now hitting on this side, and it's really weird. Okay. Real Babes keeps funning and joking and like messing around with my pops. And I keep trying to remind her, like, hey, homeboy does not really have a sense of humor. He's pretty serious all the time.
He is pretty serious all the time, which is why he needs to lighten up and figure out how to take a joke.
He's always been serious.
Yeah.
We're on our way to Subway, but I forgot the key. Hold on to your socks, y'all. We're going to the Mercantile. So we're basically going grocery shopping again. Like I said, here at Swamp Fox Adventures, we pull out all stops. We provide exciting, non-stop content. Just incredibly exciting things. Like, we're buying garlic bread, right?
That's right.
And that's
Super
pretty exciting. I'm excited.
Ooh. Or lasagna your dad likes.
Oh. And you got some pretty looking beer.
Sours.
Let's see it. It's so pretty. It's such a girl looking beer.
It is. Sipping pretty.
Oh, it is a pretty beer.
It looks very neat. Ain't got no turning radius.
And now we are headed to Subway. And this Subway is actually an old house. And a long time ago, my parents had an antique store that was in this house. And then they shut down shop because there were more money selling online, and they had more freedom. And then they sold the house and they put a Subway in it. Real Babes doesn't know what to do. She always does a meatball, but we're gonna do spaghetti for dinner tonight. And she thinks that's just a little too much marinara and meat, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Italian
store, babe.
for lunch. Italian's gonna get a 6-inch.
Turkey slam or something like that. That's it, y'all. Not an exciting video. Another just errands and grocery shopping, which is about all this channel is becoming. So we'll try to get something exciting out to you today. Not sure what we're gonna do. We're actually heading down to the desert into Grand Junction today. So love y'all. It's Thursday, and I'll get some more videos out to y'all. Hopefully something more than Walmart and grocery shopping. Bye.